Have you seen the brand new developments going on with the BRICS? If not, you definitely want to check out what's happening right here, right now. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. I've noted some major developments going on with the BRICS. I wanted to just condense that into one video real fast, real quick. Let's begin. First things first, 39 countries ready to join the BRICS in 2024. Some very notable names in here. We saw the expansion recently, and some have said, this is nothing. It's nothing. Well, I'm going to show you why not only is it not just nothing, but it's very big, in fact. So here are the names. You could see them for yourself. And this, by the way it works is like they can apply. That doesn't mean they're going to be accepted. So a lot of countries have applied. We'll see what happens. On there, Algeria, Afghanistan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, and so on. It goes through. Mexico is on there. I think that is significant. And who knows? They may actually be included. And that would be interesting. Very interesting. That was one of the names that stood out to me. Vietnam being another one because of what's happening with a lot of them. Look, onshoring, what they call onshoring, bringing manufacturing back. They want to bring that with inside of Mexico. And that is interesting if they're going BRICS, right? So Mexico might be sitting in between. Hey, we're a developing nation. We want to do business with all these other countries, but oh no, we're friendly to Canada and the United States. It would be very exciting development to see that. And there are others here in this list. Okay. So I think that's important to see the developments that have been going on and also comparing the stats. I've got more stats. So we got this chart. I'll show you the next chart as well. G7 compared to the BRICS. So some people, what they do is they look at the BRICS and say, hey, come on. It's overwhelmingly China on that side. But you could say the same thing about the G7 too. It's overwhelmingly the United States. And looking at this, the new members that were added, yeah, you take one individual member in there, United Arab Emirates or whatever it might be. Well, together, $3 trillion. I mean, that is significant when we look at the size of their GDP, their economy. We don't know what to believe on how realistic the numbers are and this and that. But look, they're all faking it. So we'll just take it for what we have here. Just understand these are big economies. There's no question about that. And it's not just the size of their economy, but something else is going on too. And that is this. BRICS global trade rises 56% to reach $422 billion. So the amount of trade that they're doing together in between themselves continues to expand. But it's not only that. Wait, there's more. The classic infomercial salesman. There's so much more because it's not the fact that they're just doing more trade. What are they doing that trade in? Have you heard? Have you seen? Well, we've got some developments. Look, China and Saudi Arabia signed a $7 billion currency swap agreement, adding to the de-dollarization push. And this has been going on a while. China has currency swap agreements with a lot of different countries. Some on that list, you'd be very surprised. I've done videos about it before. Looking at it, the new BRICS member, Saudi Arabia, is the world's largest oil exporter. If China and Saudi use the agreement to settle oil trade, then other developing countries could follow suit. And that's right, actually, they are, in fact, doing this. They've made it clear. Saudi Arabia, if you didn't catch this, Saudi Arabia said specifically, we are willing to do trade in anything else other than, they didn't really say, look, we don't want to use the US dollar. But the way they phrased it was basically, we can do it in other currencies. Sure, why not? And they made that clear that, yeah, they're willing to use the Chinese currency because if that's what suits them best, that's what they're going to do. Oh, yes, the petrodollar. Yes, I know. Oh, yes, the agreement that they had. But they're not necessarily saying they won't use the US dollar. They just also want to use another currency. And that seems to be the case. Joining up with the BRICS made it very clear where their alliance is for the future. But they've made it basically saying, hey, we want to be polygamous. That was the wording that I read. Okay? What about this? Shanghai Oil and Gas Exchange settles first cross-border trade in yuan. The digital currency, the CBDC, inside of China is now settling cross-border trade. And I couldn't believe this. I mean, this is like a small scale. This is nothing. There's not like, okay, now this is happening every day. But this is happening. Okay? And so we're going to another level right here. I found this to be very interesting, and we'll see what happens over the next little while and how much of this they do. But I thought it was something to put in here and just keep an eye on. I'm not going to, just, oh yeah, this is the thing. And, people, they make these videos and they try to scare everybody. I'm just putting it out there. Any new developments, you're going to get that here on this channel. If you appreciate that, hit that thumbs up button. When you do so, you are more likely to then see that video when it comes, because the algorithm is going to know he liked this video about it. Okay, I'll notify him about this one. That's the idea. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, okay? And it supports me, so I do appreciate it. BRICS multilateral lender seeks its first ever syndicated loan. New development bank looking for a 3-year, $1.25 billion deal. That would be for funding infrastructure and renewable projects. So just like the US and the West have their own, well, China has this as well. And what we can see with this, the BRICS, they want to set up these infrastructure projects. They want to do it in the same way that you would see with the World Bank and others, the IMF. Let's collect together. Let's put our infrastructure. These are the global governance projects. And of course, this could be seen as something, it's good. It's collaboration. Countries are talking. Countries are agreeing. But at the same time, it's been clear that there is a divide in between one group and the other. Two factions have formed. The East and West is really there, like pretty much like on the line. And so right now we're going to watch this. We're going to see the developments. But at this time, there is very much a concern for what the world will look like in 10 years down the road. What do you think? Do you believe that there's going to be a bigger divide in between the East and West? Or will it likely be the same as we have today? All right, I want to know what your thoughts are. And we see these type of articles just suggesting how Micron is building the biggest chip fab in the U.S. history, despite a China ban and smartphone slump. Talking about the fact that, there is a need more and more for these semiconductors. They want to develop their onshoring, bringing that production to the United States. It is still minuscule in comparison to what China is doing, but this is part of it. There's a divide, and the semiconductors are the front and center when we look at this. China is the world's top graphite producer, and they are tightening exports of key battery material. We need the batteries, we need the semiconductors. And if China is saying, no, you can't have this stuff, that puts a real big damper on the whole process. And so what I can see with this is that they are trying this tit for tat, this back and forth with the United States. However, the leader of China came to the U.S., said, hey, let's do business. Let's make these things happen. Let's work it all out. The tariffs are not helping the consumer. Let me tell you, tariffs are not positive in this way. You're adding additional taxes, and there's always, for the big establishments, they always get these waivers and stuff. So the small person, the small business is always getting screwed over at the end of the day. So I'm interested to see what happens. Will it affect consumer prices? Already prices are sky high as it is. If you want to be able to get the latest and greatest information, I always talk about that on my live sessions. These live sessions are locked down to the small groups that I do have. We do that Friday night. We do that Sunday during the day. One is for finance, one is for business. If you are interested in hearing from me directly, live, one-on-one, for 2 hours, right, in a small group setting, I do that. The link is in the description. I call it the mentorship, but understand that we are just going through the absolute best information. I bring that to you. I give you very specific advice, websites. I give you the knowledge that you need far beyond what you're going to get anywhere, because I'm not worried about algorithms, not worried about any about that. And I'm just giving you the 100% honest truth and what you need to do to succeed. Hit that link in the description. Just check it out and you can see all the information. Scroll down. You get it for yourself. Look at the comment of the day. 60% of US adults earning between $50,000 and $100,000 annually are living paycheck to paycheck. I keep seeing those numbers all the time. It actually goes up even further, believe it or not, than this. But that's the world we are in today. We don't want to be in that situation. That's why you got to take advantage wherever you can. So that's it. I appreciate you being here. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you come back tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Take care.